I'm out here fucking running around outside, dehydrating myself, prayer and fasting. It's like, at what point am I literally just gonna call my mom and ask her to send me to rehab? Like, what the fuck? Why am I wasting so much time? How, if I could break all of these delusions and simply live in truth, what would it look like? And it would look like me trusting my instincts. It would look like me just acting out of spirit and enjoying it and staying alive and becoming powerful. The only way I'm going to be able to act with spirit while becoming powerful is if I make sacrifices, if I work extremely hard and delay gratification. Even me right now, it's like, what did Sam Ovens say? He's worth $100 million. He's the founder of School, the online platform, which a lot of people are using. And he said, the fire is you. Like, you are a big campfire, and everything that doesn't serve you, you just have to throw it in the fire that's you. So every single external stimuli that's going to flash in front of your eyeballs, any kind of external stimuli that is not directly correlated to you getting closer to your goal or closer to your end result, has to be eliminated. Any source of external stimuli. So, sure, this releases dopamine. This makes me think, yeah, I should keep doing this in order to survive. And if I literally just keep succumbing to weakness and shallow, short-term escape pathways in my small, current, short-term environment, if I'm just going to keep doing that, I am going to end up a crackhead on the streets. Like, that's where that path leads. And I don't want to become a crackhead on the streets. I want to become painless, and I want to become a bright, powerful person who can help people, who has a lot of money, who has a lot of followers on social media, who has a lot of influence. I want to be bright. I want to be shredded. I want to have big, healthy muscle and big, healthy fat stores as well. I want to be beautiful and bright and healthy, and I just want to feel normal. I just want to be free, you know? And I've realized that all these actions that I've been taking, it's just gay. Like, tell me this, is it gay people or is it straight people that waste all of their time, and that they waste all of their time and they wish the present moment was different, and they imagine things, and they like to play pretend and just use short-term emotions to forget their current life and forget their current surroundings? Literally, that's gay people, bro. Gay people pretend, and gay people hide the truth with a false, shallow shield. And over a long enough time frame, this shallow little behavior, this shallow little thought pathway is going to overtake their conscious brain, and it's going to become so powerful because of repetition that the human brain is not going to want to stop doing it. It's going to keep repeating that action because of how strong that pathway is. So essentially, you have to create a different pathway in your brain. And you're not going to do that by laying around all day being slow and just rewarding yourself and consuming. You're going to do that by difficulty, by prayer and fasting, by new changing visions, by consciousness, by actually using your brain and being aware, and fasting as in becoming more shredded. Think about it this way. If two guys are fighting, a fist fight, and it's like 5 minutes into the fight and they're both just fighting and they're both at their limit, it's like, who is going to dig deeper through like mental willpower, prayer, vision, seeking some sort of vision out there, some sort of vibe, frequency, whatever, and then fasting, actually being stronger? That's how you win. That's God. That's how you cast out demons, prayer and fasting. And it's like, literally, what do you think I've been doing my entire life? You know, what do you think I've been doing my whole life? And sure, it's a little unfortunate that I've wasted a lot of my bone structure. I have decayed a lot of my fucking DNA. But it led me to the present moment. And the present moment's the only thing that's real, you know. The only thing that's real is what you are aware of right now, not what you were aware of months ago or a year from now. What is real is what you are looking at right now. So if you want to change your life, you have to change your reality, change what you're looking at. If you want to change your life, stop scrolling on social media. If you want to change your life, stop smoking weed, nigga. It's pretty easy, I think. But like, I'm still out here being a fucking nigga. Your brain just makes choices in the current environment. You know what I mean? It's my fucking back pain, my neck pain, and my brain pain. All of that is just pain. And the thoughts are a byproduct, because I can always overcome my thoughts. That's not the problem. I can overcome thought very, very easily. What can I not overcome easily, though? Spirit, emotion, repetitive pathways. It takes something greater. Like, if your back hurts a little bit, you have to make a big... If your back hurts, you have to have a big, full, absolute, full, maximum, full range of motion, stretch, and contraction. That is how you overcome spirit. I'm so smart. But I gotta go knock on doors, bro. Look at me, I'm riding around on a Segway. And I've kind of figured out what I actually need. I must overcome it with spirit. It's not that hard, nigga. Gotta get more shredded. This is the consciousness. These are the habits that have got me this life. I've made it extremely clear. I want to change this life. And the only way that's going to happen is if I change my thoughts. If I change my thoughts, I change my emotions. If I change my emotions, I change my actions and behaviors. You know what I mean? And if you change your behaviors and your actions over a long enough time frame, you change your habits. And if you change your habits and you keep sticking with those for a long period of time, you change your character, your personality. So whipping out my phone, I've essentially mastered instant speaking, right? Like, it is effortless. I don't have to use any conscious thought or any conscious resource. I simply whip out my phone and I just start yapping. And that's about it. So I have a choice. I can continue to ride around on the Segway in the middle of a forest, acting on emotion, literally just being a fucking retard. Like, literally, I'm just being a retarded animal using emotions on the past. And I can't be doing that. I have to live in pursuit of the goal in front of me. And I don't really know the exact vision out there. Like, I don't have the perfect vision, but I know that it's possible. I don't have the vision in my mind right now, but I know for a fact, if I do try hard enough, and if I work long enough, eventually making that vision a reality is pretty much guaranteed. It doesn't matter if you don't see it now. The only thing that matters is that you keep that little premonition, that little droplet in your mind. And then eventually you're going to get there. That's just it. So you got to get more shredded. You got to stop wasting time. You have to become a greater person. No man ever became great by doing the same things over and over and over again that made him stay in that same position. It's like, isn't there some quote by a famous war general, and he says, there is no plan that survives first contact with the enemy? That means, like, do you really think that thinking and planning and fucking... Do you really think thinking and planning and just like imagining and plotting and organizing is going to replace taking action? No amount of reading books about riding a bike is going to teach you how to ride a fucking bike. You just got to start trying. You got to start failing. And eventually, after failing over and over and over again, with positive reinforcement, and you have a vision, you see it clearly that it can be repeated, replicated, it can be reciprocated, replicated. That's it. You just have to see that it can be replicated, and then you'll go and get it. You have to see in your mind. It's so much easier to see something and then repeat it. See something and then repeat it, instead of just trying to search up some imaginary thing, because that just means you don't know how. It's so much easier to find success if, it's so much easier to find success when your heart is in it, when you believe, when you subconsciously believe that you can succeed and that you can achieve the vision in your mind. You can actually achieve the end result you want. It's like the difference between a winner attitude and a loser attitude is that it doesn't matter the result. One of them believes they are going to win, and the other one believes they're going to lose, regardless of situation, regardless of the result. So the definition of a loser is what? Somebody who does not believe they can win, even if they try. So are you a loser? Are you going to keep sitting inside waiting for perfection, you fucking loser? Or are you going to decide to be a winner? A winner is just somebody who doesn't quit. Like Michael Jordan, he got cut from his high school basketball team. I'm sure this analogy's been made a million times, but in that short-term emotion, he felt like a loser probably. But his long-term vision, his identity, his purpose, his vision was that he was a winner. You know? So how do you change that? And just, it's between you and God. You have to want it bad enough. You have to go through enough struggle and hardship and difficulty to where the only thing that you can fucking think about every single second of every day, winning, is everything. That is why God and holy books and prophets and just the church and religious structures have built the entire world that we're looking at today, because what is more powerful than God? What is more powerful than the universal force that has been there since the beginning of time, and it will be there until the end of eternity? It's like, think about it this way. If you see a big giant animal, like a giant bear, how about a bear that weighs 1,000 pounds and it's like 10 feet tall? So when you look at a bear like that, you see him and you think, damn, he has been eating food and running around for like years and years and years and years. That bear has eaten so much food, fought so many battles, sniffed around for so much food. It's like the compounding effects of consistency every single day. Like the more force and the more energy moves through a certain consciousness, a certain person, a certain individual, the more power they retain. You know what I mean? Like if I eat 50,000 calories, like if I eat literally like $100 worth of fast food and I go out and I just literally eat until I can't fucking breathe anymore, then the more energy that moves through my body, the more energy I retain. So when you see a big, giant, like, black bear or a grizzly bear out there in the wilderness scratching on some trees, you see that and you think, that fucking monster has consumed so much energy, so much power, like so much actual, like, fucking kilowatts, like actual little jolts of energy, like measurable, like, that'll turn on a light bulb energy in a bear, bro. There's so much food. That's why the food chain exists. There is infinite sunlight, infinite space, and then the next best thing is grass. The green leaves, the plants, they get energy from the sun, which is infinite. So there is pretty much like damn near limitless grass. Anywhere that gets sun, you're gonna get grass. So then there are the organisms that consume plants and grass, herbivores. So it's like a 1-to-3 ratio or something like that, or a 1-to-10 ratio. So if there's 10 million units of energy that exist as life forms of grass, that means there is 1 million like energy life forms that are herbivores. And then you divide it by 10 again to get the animals that eat the herbivores. And then that's like what is it, 10 million, a million? That's only 100,000. There's only 100,000 predators for every 10 million spirits units of energy of grass. So of all the predators, of all the 100,000 predators, there are 10,000 apex predators. Do you understand? 10,000 apex predators. It's fucking crazy to think about. 10,000. So 10 million versus 10,000. 10 million consciousness of grass, only 10,000 apex predators. It's the same thing how there's billions of people on this world, billions of poor people, but there's like literally only 1,000 billionaires, or like 2,000 or 3,000 billionaires in the world, I think. It's the same thing. Scarcity is value. The more powerful you are, the more rare you are. Literally. So when you see a giant 10-foot tall grizzly bear, or whatever the fuck, you look at how powerful they are, and the first thing that comes to mind is they must consume so much energy. Like, so much energy and vitality and power moves through them. So when I see a billionaire, or when I see like a really, really rich guy with a bunch of people around him, and he's like giving orders and like moving and like taking shots and like actually, what's the word I'm looking for? He's executing. He is moving things. He is force. He is producing force in the universe. So what's more powerful than the collective combined force? That's it. So like the richest people in the world, the Elon Musks, the billionaires, the Jeff Bezos, the fucking Mark Zuckerbergs, the Donald Trumps. It's not the money that makes them powerful. It's the actual fucking energy that is consistently controlled by them and moving through them. So that doesn't mean that Elon Musk is like a grizzly bear and he has to eat 100 million calories every single day of food in order to run a $1 billion business or $1 trillion business. It just means that so much wealth and people and groups of armies and generals and all of these different forces, different fucking people, tons of different shit. They're all moving on his command. They're moving through him. And that is power. The more energy you have moving through you, the more energy you retain, you know? Like Jeff Bezos, I think about it this way. Shopify. Shopify is a website that allows you to create a little website where people can buy products, whether that be digital products or whatever. It's just, they click on your website and then they buy the product and it gets sent to them. It's Shopify. It's very easy. So there are millions and millions and millions of individuals and businesses that use Shopify for their own personal little financial gains. So Shopify, the whole platform, has millions and millions and millions of people, just fucking so much energy, actual power that's moving through it. And the more power you have moving through you, the more energy you have moving through you, the more energy you retain, the more power you retain. So look at me. I'm fucking making a video every day. I'm just fucking wasting my time. I'm just running around all day, just allowing time to pass, imagining that I'm so special and that a better version of myself who has all the answers is out there. And that's not true. It's literally not true. So what are you gonna do about it? Are you gonna keep doing exactly what you've been doing? Are you gonna stay at the same level of consciousness, the same level of power? Or are you going to grow and start consuming more energy, using more energy? The choice is always up to you, right? Like, God gave you free will for a reason. God gave you a brain, didn't he? Let me ask you this. Is it the emotions that control your brain? Do your emotions and your feelings, do they electrically fire and control your brain? Or does your brain electrically fire synapses to control your emotions? Which one is it? Oh, so it's your brain that controls your... Oh, great. Why do you keep succumbing to emotion then? It's your choice, bro. And then they'll say, well, I don't believe in it. And it's like, dog. Me and my buddy, Alex Burgers, the guy I'm living with right now, one of my cousins, staying with his family. And whenever we drop something on the floor, or we accidentally make a mistake, or we accidentally, like, literally if we drop something on the floor in the kitchen, Alex will be like, Liam, if you had 10,000 coffees and 100 million push-ups today, that wouldn't have happened. And it's like, you're right. If I was extremely powerful, if I was more powerful, more fulfilled, then I would have been so aware and so full and so in control and creative that would not have happened. It's true. That's literally what me and Alex joke about. Like, Alex will just like fall over or like drop something on the floor. I'll be like, Alex, if you did 100,000 push-ups and had 1,000 coffees today, that would not have happened. It's true. It's just true. So you got to think about this. Most people in this world are not very powerful, right? Like, they're not physically strong. Like 99% of people can't bench their own body weight, you know? Like, that's true. 99% of people can't bench press their own body weight, which is like a little bit disappointing, right? But still, if you want to become more powerful, you have to have more energy going through you. So if you want to go for a run every single morning and get extremely shredded, if you want to work extremely hard and become as bright and charged as possible, then you're going to become more powerful. You're going to be brighter. You're going to have more control. You're going to be a big, strong man. And isn't that what you want? You know what I mean? So think about it this way. If you are not one of the most powerful men in this world, your only choice, if you want to become more powerful, is to move more, consume more energy, have more power move through you. It's actually not that hard if you think about it. The difficult part is actually having that conscious control over your brain and your subconscious actions in order to achieve it. Because most people are just dopamine addicts all day, including me, I guess. But I would much rather be addicted to success than be addicted to short-term gratification. You have to realize that literally anything is possible. Like, literally anything is possible. It just hasn't happened yet. Absolutely infinite possibilities exist right now as spirit. And how you become a god? Do you want to know how you become a god? You create. God gives you the universal vision. He gives you a sign. He gives you a vision. And it's your job to make that ethereal, quantum, magnetic vision a reality. So if you don't have what you want, your brain is going to keep showing you visions of what it thinks is going to happen based on the past, you know? Like if I'm a deer running from, if I'm a deer or like an elk or like a fucking antelope out there in the wilderness running from lions and tigers and stuff, the funny part is my natural state of being is running from the tiger and then going back to constant consumption. You can either consume food constantly and be in a state of consumption and be in a state, that's a cool place. You can consume food constantly every second of every day, just constantly consuming, and then spend little spurts when you're not consuming, living in absolute stressful fear, trying to escape the current reality and just go back to consuming. That's the prey pathway. The predator pathway, the most powerful pathway you could possibly be, is exert yourself, exercise all of the time, every second of every day, live in constant pursuit, constant motion. And if you are not, like literally that's just it. It's not that hard. Just move more, be conscious every second of every day. And stop doing fucking drugs, because that's gay, bro. Like that's actually gay. Like, are you gay? Are you gay, bro? That's wrong. Ain't cringe. And just wrong. Wee. So, this is going on 26 minutes. Wow. But right now, in my current environment, my brain would rather seek a better video, a better dopamine hit based on this. And I don't mean like, wow, that's beautiful. That's fucking awesome. This thing is so cool. What is this? Very nice. But what's the final piece? Like, what's the actual? That's the bathroom station. What the fuck is this shit? You have to get more shredded. You have to become more powerful. You have to take more action. You have to exert more blood flow. You have to use more contractile tissue, more power. You have to exert yourself. And if you're not busy exerting yourself, then you're kind of gay, bro. You know what I mean? Like, that's just it. You have to exert yourself. Winners do not have the fear of energy. Winners love exercising. Winners love a fight. Because that's human nature. Winners always love a fight. Do you know what I mean? And losers don't even have enough energy to fucking try. I love fish. Beautiful. My subconscious animal instincts based on the past just caused me to stare, spending a few seconds staring at the cool little fish and watching them move around. So cute. Well, but emotions are the past. You don't need to be acting off of emotion, do you? So if it was possible, what would it look like? And it would look like you would have to identify in your own current life you would have to identify what forces speed you up and which ones speed you down. So it's kind of your choice. You can choose to consciously identify and assign meaning to all of the problems in your life and all of the stimuli that move you forward and all the stimuli that move you backwards. All the different forces and external stimuli that make you smaller and that make you stronger and bigger. Stuff can speed you up faster or it can slow you down. And the definition of retardation, aka emotion, is doing the same thing but expecting different results. Nigga, you don't have to be doing that. Literally, that's retarded. Like, when people, like literally, when very highly intelligent people tell me, yeah, a sign of low intelligence is doing the exact same thing repeatedly, expecting different results. It's like, how fast can you learn and stop doing negative behaviors? Because the low intelligence individuals are the ones who are going to be forgotten. They're not going to reproduce. And the high intelligent ones are going to see what's working, they're going to see what doesn't work, and they're going to evolve and reproduce. So what kind of intelligence do you want to be?